Welcome forward to day 14 of our reflections on St. Joseph. And some of the themes that come out today, to get the most out of them, you really will have to either stop the video to give them some thought, or certainly do an awful lot of thinking and reading and researching afterwards. So incredibly rich themes coming out today, and something that I'm going to have to continue to reflect upon myself, as it introduces new ideas that I hadn't really given any thought to before. So we need to push on. So in terms of the litany to St. Joseph, again we're taking the themes from there, and one of them is zealous defender of Christ, and another one that comes out through the reflections is Saviour of the Saviour. So you might be asking yourself questions now. How would have Joseph defended Jesus and Mary? And how did Joseph save the Saviour? How did he save Jesus? So again, I'll let you give that some thought as we go through the reflection. We are now going to do something slightly differently. I want you to put yourself in Joseph's shoes. I'm going to read a scene from the Gospels. It's a very familiar scene, in fact maybe too familiar, and therefore we don't think about it in a way maybe, or we don't explore it in a way we could, and we possibly don't pull out all the richness in it. But rather than focus on Mary and Jesus in this scene, only focus on Joseph and think to yourself, what would he have been thinking, but what would he have been feeling, and what might have happened to him, his thoughts, his feelings as a result of this scene. So I'll quickly get into it. It's Luke 2. And Simeon took him in his arms and praised God, saying, Master, now you are dismissing your servant in peace according to your word, for my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the presence of all peoples, a light for revelation to the Gentiles, and for glory to your people Israel. And the child's father and mother were amazed at what was being said about him. Then Simeon blessed them and said to his mother Mary, This child is destined for the falling and the rising of many in Israel, and to be a sign that will be opposed, so that the inner thoughts of many will be revealed, and a sword will pierce your own soul too. So again, a very familiar scene of the presentation in the temple, but this time we're being asked to think about what would have St. Joseph been feeling and thinking after that. And let's be honest, if you were standing there silently, which he's doing, and he doesn't speak, and you heard those words about what was going to happen to Jesus and Mary, let's be honest, he would have been pretty devastated, knocked for six, and would have felt sorrow deep down in his heart and his soul, and that would have stayed there for sure throughout his time with Jesus and Mary, because he would have known at the back of his mind and his heart that clearly at some point he wasn't going to be able to defend Jesus and Mary, and that would have been quite a sorrowful experience, and also to carry that through his marriage. So lots to really think about there, and I'm gonna leave it there, but introduce the new thing which comes from that. So that introduces a new role for Joseph, and it obviously would have developed through the marriage as he pondered on the scriptures and his role in what he could do. And it introduces this idea that one of his roles was to prepare Jesus and Mary for Calvary, and he would have been there with them in their hearts. So I'm going to leave you with that. What an incredible thought. His role was to prepare them for Calvary. So he wasn't going to be able to defend or save Mary or Jesus then. So why was he given those titles? So I'll leave you with a gospel reading, Matthew 2:13, and I'll leave you reflect on that and what we've said today. So until tomorrow, God bless.